So good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the 18th Victorian State Parliament Iftar Dinner. My name is Mary Gearin. I'm a journalist, writer, broadcaster until very recently with the ABC. I'm very happy to be with you now this evening. This brings to mind great memories of my first Iftar dinner. It was in London. I was researching a story then and I was invited in to a lovely gathering, and what I remember most is the great food, which I can see that we've got echoes of here tonight, fantastic company, but also, above all, the beautiful spirit of community and sharing, which I can obviously see here already tonight. I'd like to acknowledge that we're standing on Wurundjeri land. I want to pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Although this land was never ceded, I want to thank the ancestors and descendants from all of the Indigenous nations across this island continent for all they've done to preserve these lands, and I acknowledge their continued fight for recognition and justice. We have many distinguished people in the room tonight. I would like to welcome and acknowledge the Governor of Victoria, Her Excellency Professor the Honourable Margaret Gardner AC, who will be offering the keynote speech tonight. I also want to acknowledge our co-hosts, the Honourable Ingrid Stitt, Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Minister for Mental Health and Ageing, John Pasuto, the Leader of the Opposition, Leader of the Victorian Liberal Party and Shadow Minister for Multicultural Affairs, and Amit Keskin, the Executive Director of Australian Intercultural Society. We have a broad range of dignitaries in attendance, from and phones, apparently. From Federal Parliament, we have MPs Peter Khalil, Cassandra Fernando, Zoe Daniel, Monique Ryan and Senator Janet Rice. To the many members of State Parliament who are here as well with us tonight, we thank you for joining us. We have the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, the Honourable Marie Edwards, and the Deputy Speaker, the Honourable Matt Freegan. From the Victorian Government, we have the Deputy Premier, Ben Carroll, the Honourable Lily D'Ambrosio, the Honourable Enver Erdogan, Nina Taylor, Sheena Watt, Pauline Richard, Nick Stakos, Steve McGee, Kathleen Matthews-Ward, Lee Talamas, Matthew Hilakari and Ryan Batchelor. From the Victorian Opposition, we also have the Deputy Leader, David Southwick, the Honourable David Hodgett, Cindy McLeish, Brad Rosewell, Georgie Crozier, Nick McGowan, Renee Heath. I'm out of practice, aren't I? Richard Rawdon and Trung Lu. From the Victorian Greens Party, we have their leader, Dr Samantha Ratnam, and I hope I didn't miss anyone there. Apologies if so. To the many members of the Judiciary and members of the Consular Corps, we welcome you as well. I also acknowledge the presence of leaders and representatives from all sectors of our society. Senior office holders from the public service, federal and state law enforcement, universities, corporate sector, legal practitioners, media groups, local councils, not-for-profit organisations, including the ethnic, cultural and religious groups across the spectrum. A really special crowd to have this multiplicity of people here, and that's the whole point, isn't it? Welcome one and all. Now, I'd like to mention that if anyone wishes to tweet or do anything else about this event, please use the Twitter handle, or X handle. If anyone wants to X, is that a verb? Not sure. Please use the X handle and hashtag on the screen at @OzIntSociety and hashtag Iftar. I think it's on the screen. It'll be on your programs. Since 2002, the Australian Intercultural Society has been organising large-scale iftar dinners, and since 2005, they've been offering at-home iftar dinners. The large iftar dinners provide an opportunity to engage with hundreds of leaders from a cross-section of society, to engage with them whilst the home iftar dinners offering a chance to engage with the local Muslim families during a month that's of course considered to be the most noble in the Islamic calendar. AIS strongly believes in the value of these events, particularly during challenging times like these. They work by their slogan of understanding through interaction. Yes, Victoria is a multicultural community, as we all know, but we always need events like these where we can be together, just as we are. In fact, given what's happening in the world, I personally consider what's happening here tonight to be more important than ever. And in fact, I think it's a small, beautiful miracle that we can do this. Faced with ongoing atrocities and unspeakable horrors, how precious and crucial are these moments when we can share a meal, talk with each other, reflect on our shared humanity, and hopefully share a voice as well to call for change and an end to those horrors.